Hi, to solve the equation 12x cubed is equal to 3x. Let's write it again. 12x cubed is equal to 3x. Okay? We should not make the error to say that we are going to cancel 3x on both sides because there is 3x on the right hand side and there is 3x inside 12x cubed. Okay, that type of process is not correct. We're not going to have all the three solutions. Remember, this is a cubic expression or a polynomial of degree 3. We expect to get three solutions. To be able to have all three solutions, the best and acceptable method would be to take this 3x to the left hand side. So it will become 12x cubed minus 3x equals 0. This positive 3x, bringing it over becomes minus 3x. Okay? Now at this level, we can carry out the first factorization. Okay? We see 3x is common, so we can bring out 3x. 3x into 12x cubed divided by 3x, that's going to give us 4x squared. Of course, 3x divided by 3x gives us 1. And so we have 3x into 4x squared minus 1 equals 0. We get to a point where we have the product of two things giving us 0. If we have two things, a multiplied to b giving us 0, then one of these two must be 0. Either a is 0 or b is 0 for this product to be 0. So it's the same thing we have here. 3x multiplied to 4x squared minus 1 giving us 0. So we say either 3x equals 0, alright? In which case, if we divide both sides by 3, 3 cancels, we have x equals 0. Alright, this gives us our first solution. Alright, so we take the other one, or 4x squared minus 1 equals 0. Okay, 4x squared minus 1 equals 0. We can solve this using any of the three methods that we know. We can either use the quadratic formula, or we can use the factorization method, or we can use the difference of squares method. Now, let us use the difference of squares method. In the difference of squares method, a squared minus b squared is the same as a minus b into a plus b. Okay? So if we look at this, let us write it in this form, the left-hand form here. 4x squared is the same as 2x, all of that squared. 1 is the same as 1 squared. So that we have a difference of square. This square minus this square. So we can fit it here in this identity. That means a replaces 2x and b replaces 1. So wherever I find a, we write 2x. Wherever I find b, we write 1. And so if we look at this, following this identity, it will now be a is 2x, b is 1, a is 2x, b is 1. And so we have this equals 0. So finally, we are solving this equation. This is the equation that we are solving. So here we have, let's bring it here. So we have 2x minus 1 into 2x plus 1 equals 0. Okay? Again, we have the product of two things giving us 0. Product of two things giving us 0. Either this is 0 or that is 0. So either this one is 0 or this is 0. So we continue. So say either 2x minus 1 is 0. Alright? If that is true, then it means we're going to have, let's write it on the vertical, let's present our work down vertically. This means we take negative 1 that way, we're going to have 2x is equal to 1. And if we divide both sides by 2, we're going to have x is equal to a half. Or the next one, 2x plus 1 equals 0. We take this one that way, it's going to become negative 1. So we have 2x equals negative 1. If we divide both sides by 2, so we're going to have x is equal to negative half. Okay? So this gives us the remaining two solutions. So finally, we have our three solutions for the equation 12x cubed is equal to 3x. Remember, if we have done that cancellation I was talking about, we'll have ended up having, let us write it again, we'll have been 12x cubed equals 3x, we say 3x here 1, and 3x here 4x squared. So we'll have had 4x squared equals 1. From here, I don't know, you divide both sides by 4, you have x squared is equal to 1/4. And then when you take roots of both sides, square root of both sides, you have x is equal to a half, or plus minus 2. You see, that will not give us the three solutions that we have using this method. So that method there should be avoided. This method should be avoided. It should be avoided. Okay?